Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in for today's video. It's going to be a little bit of a more serious topic. But before we jump into that topic, just be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and family so that they can also understand what we talk about, what we're on about. And yeah, just help us grow our community. That is awesome. That shows that you support us, we support you, and we can deliver on what it is that you love the most. But back to the topic at hand. So, like I'm saying, this is a difficult topic. I'm sure the title has given it away to a few of you already. But yeah, it goes. It is as deep as it is. I'm a virgin in my 30s. I'm unable to find love, and I'm unable to share love, and I'm unable to connect with a female or person of the opposite sex. Is a pretty sad repeated statement, especially in these later days of the 21st century, 2025, that a lot of men are obviously experiencing and are silently suffering without having anyone to express this to. However, a lot more men are coming to the table and are being vulnerable and explaining as to why they are lonely, why they are virgins, and why they are not choosing to engage in romantic relationships with females going forward. So let's go and understand why together. All right, let's see what the first guy at 31 years old is going through. I know there's probably a lot of people that could probably relate to this, so you'll be our intro, and let's see why he's lonely at 30.
All right, so I'm recording this video because I'm lonely, and that's not an easy thing to admit when you are 31 years old and you feel like you should have your life figured out. But the simple matter is that I don't. I've been pursuing goals that I think are going to make me happier, and each time I reach those goals, I end up just feeling less than I did before.
Straight off the bat, when people start saying that they have guilt or something from the back, from their past life, and they mention something along the lines of, well, I had goals and I didn't reach them. A lot of the times people are also not prioritizing these goals, and then they put themselves within a position in life that they're unable to, I guess, get out of or to replicate those good moments. Sure, there could be many reasons, right? I'm not trying to say that he's in the wrong, but at the end of the day, he kind of called himself out to say, like, my goals are not prioritized, essentially. You should prioritize your goals, eh? It's important.
And the one thing that I've been burying my head in the sand about all this time is the fact that I've let my social life just slip away. I think anyone that's kind of in there...
Yeah, this one, I'm sorry, I know I paused a lot there, but this one about the social life, I think it's a deep one. I'm going to let him explain a little bit more. I did watch this before, but I want you guys to understand why, and then I'll jump in.
Late 20s or early 30s can relate to the fact you have friends that get married, they couple up, and they don't tend to come out as much. Then they have children, you have people that move away, busy with work. I think it's normal for people to kind of move away from each other, but if you don't make an effort to be outgoing and to be social, then you're going to lose those friends. And the truth is, for the last 5 or 6 years, I've been very good at pretending that it isn't a problem. I've been busy with work. When I'm not working, I can quite easily stick my headphones on and play Xbox for a few hours and pretend that it's not happening. But the truth is, the longer I'm on this planet, the more I realise how important it is to have a good set of friends. And I think more than anything, I would give up everything I had to have a good circle of friends.
Yeah, my guy he's in a bit of the trenches right now. Like, I feel for him. Look, it's not his fault. Clearly, life is... Maybe I also misspoke. Maybe he is prioritizing his goals. Just being busy. 2025, like, if you're not busy with something in 2025, then you're definitely doing something wrong. There's shit to do, and you should be doing some sort of shit. You can't be doing anything and then blaming society that, well, I'm lonely and stuff like that. He's not doing that. He's kind of pointing it out like, well, my friends disappeared, so you kind of lose that social aspect of yourself, which is important. I don't think we pay attention to that too much. I mean, I just clocked 30 this year, so big ups to everyone hitting 30 this year. And it's just a number, sure, but the reality of fact is I've entered into a new decade of age. and society will observe that. And if you're not paying attention to your own age, well, you're just being dumb, right? You got to be aware of how old you are and what that age stipulates within society. Yes, it does matter. You're not going to be 60 years old, go into, a bar or a club, although there are people that do that. End of the day, he's being honest about the fact that it seems his time is not available for him to actually go and build meaningful relationships. Being comfortable putting headphones on and just disappearing for hours in video games or music. I know we've all probably done something like that. A lot of guys that I know will hit the gym. You're not finding love, you're not finding any relationships, so you're gonna go do something else to make it happen for you. So I do feel for guys like this, right? He's got a car, he's probably got a house, he's secure, which is what a lot of women are looking for, security, right? A house, car, great job. He's a decent looking guy, well-spoken, but he can't find it out here. So it is a bit tough. I want to jump into his comments. You guys probably finish the video if you'd like. I'll leave the link down below. But let's jump into some of the comments that he has. I want to see what people are saying, right? So he's 31, he's lonely. Let's see, off the bat, first person over here. Okay, that's him. I'm 34, haven't had any friends or a girlfriend since high school. I act okay to most people, but the truth is, I just want to tell him I'm lonely AF. Shit, that's intense. We live in a time of immense loneliness. That's true. Like, especially Gen Z, Gen Alpha, I can't even imagine you guys are going to be dating AI. I do feel sorry for you, and I hope that is not the case. But a lot of millennials, Gen Z, we're quite lonely, guys. We've let a lot of our friends circles disappear. I know I have. I used to be a swimmer for almost 20 years, and I speak to like 2 of them, right, after knowing a few hundred people, down to 2. It's real, because people just happen. Life is happening for people. They got jobs, they're moving on to things. So yeah, let's have a look at another comment. 36, I'm 38, 35. People with the same sort of thing going on here. This man has balls of steel sharing his thoughts in public. No, he's a normal guy, just sharing his things in public. Why do we always have to give additional adjectives for doing a normal thing? Dumb comment. Right? Great video, felt it. So obviously a lot of people are clearly in the same sort of boat with this, but other people have other situations. Some people have chosen this path because, well, yeah, that's what their life circumstances brought them to. I want to have a look at this guy over here. He's a virgin at 33 years old. So the video says. Let's see why.
I'm 33.
What should never be discussed on a first date?
I don't know. I'm a very open and honest guy, and I love discussion and I love sincerity. That's what I look for in a woman. So if she's comfortable with talking about it and I'm comfortable with talking about it, I don't think anything is off limits.
So politics, previous partner or sexual history or even religion.
Yeah.
You're open to talking about that all up front.
Absolutely. Politics, religion, and partner's history.
Yeah, I don't get a lot of why these guys are like this. Like, I get it. It sounds good on paper, looks pretty good, sounds well spoken. He's got the shirt, he's got the white shorts, so he looks quite affluent. He seems like he's the man of his word. Right now, I'm waiting for marriage. I'm not doing any of these things. Right? He's out on the night, out hitting having a night out, clearly, which is fine. Look, I'm not trying to say what's up, but I find it a little bit weird how at 33 you're waiting for this to happen. Look, you can choose to be a virgin for the rest of your life, but there's a few aspects that I will say are more important than that individual's choice of wanting to, well, I want to be a virgin for the rest of my life, and that is you have a responsibility to reproduce. Especially as a man, you shouldn't really be choosing the option of, I'm just going to abstain. Now, the reason for why you want to abstain, right, for finding the right person, all that makes sense. I understand that and I support that. In fact, most men, all men, should actually be doing something like that, or at least trying to do so, finding the right woman instead of just going with what society has deemed normal for us, which is having multiple women, because that builds up our, stamina or ability to know what to do with a woman. I disagree with that, right? He does take a positive approach. Nothing to really be ashamed of. I think it's actually quite great. But I just think it's kind of weird how, you're out here on a night out explaining why you're a virgin, but at the same time, you do have a social responsibility. You're getting older, you're 33. Yes, you can have kids at any age. That means you have to remain extremely healthy so that, your gun is still firing, because if you decide to do this and you get to 40, 50 and your gun decides, no more bullets, what are you going to do? Like you have to you have to shoot the gun every now and then, even just for target practice in your room, whatever. You know what I mean? You'll figure that one out for yourself, right? Not saying that it's wrong, not saying that it's right, but let's understand a little bit more why.
For me, that's easy to talk about because I'm abstaining until marriage, so I don't have any history of sexual partners. And if she wants to, if she feels comfortable with sharing that with me, I'm absolutely open to listening to that.
What's the longest you're willing to wait before you say, you know what?
Forever, to be honest. And I am.
Now, respect to guys willing to wait forever. Shit. Good luck for him. Now, good luck there. It's going to be one of the hardest waits of his life, but he'll pull through if he doesn't come first through the struggle. I mean, what are people saying here? Rare guy, may God protect him and his values. Respect. I like him. I'm just giving my opinion there. Yeah, somebody get this king his crown. Go for it. Respect. Yeah, I think he deserves maximum respect for this brother. Yep. Glad to see that there's still these type of people around. Looking at the comments here, wow, breath of fresh ass. It's amazing. Yeah, like it's all around good comments. And I like the fact that it's good comments because you very rarely see men actually coming out here to be vulnerable and saying, I'm a virgin, I'm good looking, and I'm a virgin. And I don't mind being like that. I don't mind waiting. So, in fact, full respect to the guy. My own reserved comments are my own reserved comments. You'll have yours. I would like to obviously know, what do you guys think about a person like this, especially men like this that are hardly out there in society talking like this? I think it's positive. I think we need more role models like this to speak about him. I obviously don't have that same speech. Unfortunately, ruined that part early in my life in order to be able to have a speech like that, right? But there's lessons to that, and we can all learn. Protect this king, high quality man, and he used the correct word, abstaining, not celibate. Damn, got some teachers in the comments. As many people are so incorrectly used, right? That's good to know. 30 years old and still a virgin.
Straight at y'all like it's a freestyle. I'm not going to be talking about nothing. I'm going to just get straight to the topic. Simple. A guy donated to my stream a couple days ago when he said that he was a 30-year-old virgin. Now, most of y'all, probably some of y'all from my main channel was in there. It was on Twitch. I was streaming late at night. And he said he was a 30-year-old virgin. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's tough. But I look at that different now. This video ain't going to even be too long. And this goes for y'all, that's some people out there that's single, that's been single for a very long time. You may think you're not good looking enough, or you this or you that. As I'm starting to get older, I'm starting to know that it's not even about the looks, bro. As you start to take care of yourself, you don't even be attracted to these good looking ass motherfuckers you may find good looking. You don't be attracted to them at all. They lifestyle or nothing.
Bro is spitting fact. 2025, it's not the fact that you're lonely, that blah blah, they're not interested in you. You're not interested in these people, good looking or not. Your priorities are set straight. You don't have time for them. When it's more of a choice than it is an actual, unfortunality that just tends to affect you. Like, you're not good looking, this, you don't have the 666 all sorted out, 6-pack, 6 figures, and 6 something else, 6 foot tall, whatever. I think I said that. If you don't have any of those things, right, it doesn't matter anymore, guys and ladies watching this. If it's the opposite way around, sure. It's now just becoming a choice. Like, people don't really attract or associate with people that just don't fit their vibe anymore. That was very generic. People that just don't associate properly with their lifestyle, their understanding, with what they would like to achieve, with what they would like to get out of life, their career goals and aspirations and passions. So therefore, they're just deciding to be lonely. They're deciding to be virgins. They're deciding to not get married. I mean, damn, like you said, it's tough. Okay, I can't get my voice that high. As you can see, this Adam's apple will break. Anyway, it is tough out there for a lot of guys and for a lot of women, and just in general for couples. Couples these days, it's, statistically, as they say, and I'll put something hopefully around the screen somewhere, that the marriages used to be like back in the day, maybe close to 100 years ago, 50 years ago, not even that long, 18 to 24 people are getting married. Now that has shifted a bit later. People are getting married between ages of 27 to 35. Damn. But let's see what Moya has to say.
It's more to people than they looks. Looks is really the last thing. What you have to understand is God got a different purpose for you. Bro, you're not missing out on nothing. Whoever you are, bro, you're not missing out on anything. Protect your energy. There's dudes out here that's trying to go on NoFap right now. You have to understand that. Motherfucker, I wish I didn't give my energy. I wish it's a lot of motherfuckers, it's a lot of bitches I wish I didn't fuck. I ain't gonna lie. It's girls walking out here right now that can say they hit their ass. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of females. This day and age, bro, it's serious about protecting your energy. You have...
Yeah, bro's on it. Like you said, NoFap is real. Guys, if you're watching, NoFap it. Don't do it. Ladies, if you're not fapping, don't fap it. It's not worth it, right? That energy, it's real energy. And especially sexual energy is something that is highly important, which I think is slept on a lot. Now, I'm not an expert in what sexual energy is or means entirely. I can just give my opinion on it. All I know is it leads to what we consider life, right? New life, at least, from our human perspective. So it's something that should be valued and protected more and should be preserved till that right person is in your life. Unless you're obviously in those, like, you're married with 30 people, you're from the Middle East or one of those African, I'm from Africa, but you're from one of the tribes where you've got more than so many wives or husbands. Good for you if there's logical understanding there. The more the better, right? You have more kids, you have more family, you have more genetics running around in your neck of the woods. Regardless, that energy still needs to be preserved for the right people that can carry your seed and genetics forward. I guess that's the whole purpose of the Energy Protect. Let's see what Homie was getting spoken of, what people were saying to him in the comments. Fellas, protect your energy, alpha. Actually, I think it's a bit funny when people use this. I'm alpha, I'm beta, I'm this. You're just a human at the end of the day, so let's just cut that. I don't lose virginity because I never lose. That's a winner's mentality. Sex always seems like a big deal when you're not getting it. Damn. That says a lot about the Wi-Fi password. Please be nice to me. I know one thing. Social media and all these apps have ruined the dating life. Correct. We used to approach women like normal men. Hey, my name is, I think you're very pretty. I would like to buy you a drink and maybe just get to know you a little bit more. Now, that doesn't happen anymore. Now it's swipe, 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 swipe. Let me shove this inside of you and let's call it a night. That's all it is, guys. Unfortunately, virginity is looked down, but when it comes to sleeping with lots of women and risking STDs, this is okay. The true definition of virginity is choosing to have sex when the time is right. Don't waste your energy. Fully agree. I just wish this mentality stuck through when all these people coming for, sexual liberation and freedoms and association with, sex work and all these blah, 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 and the corn industry as well. Nobody steps up against them because they want to have the freedom to work and associate with those very things, but not to get them banned in order for everyone else in society to protect their energies and just not have that around them. So, great comment, only if it really mattered. And that's 5 years ago. Damn, this is an old video. How old is this video? From 6 years ago. 6 years ago, but it popped up today with videos that are 1 year ago and stuff. So that's pretty interesting. I like that. Let's see who else is out here.
What's your age?
30, 38.
What's the most challenging thing about dating in your 30s as a man?
I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. I feel like for men, it takes longer, especially as an entrepreneur, to become successful. So I've almost backed off from dating just because I feel like as a man, you need to have a certain amount of money to bring.
Guys, I'm just going to say this now. I'm not too sure if I'm just tripping my mind losing this, but the guy over here, second guy, looks a bit AI. I mean, his eyes are doing weird things. I'm sorry, you never know with these kind of videos either, if it's an AI video or not. Although, anyway.
Bring a woman into your life. And for me, I'm still in that process of building. And so I've kind of pushed dating off a little bit. maybe the woman I'm with is super okay with me being on that journey and working and hustling and whatnot, but as a male, that just feels like too much pressure. And over time, no matter what anybody says, there's a clock into a point where eventually that's going to put strain on the dynamic.
We would like to be able to live a life where the women, our wives, don't have to work. They can if they want to, but they don't have to. And so to attain a level of wealth, to be able to provide that to them, have nannies for the kids, make life easy, that's still a work in progress.
What's your age?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with that. Like, I think most men would happily agree with the fact that we would like our woman to not work, to actually just be, you know, stay-at-home moms. Obviously not staying at home, but I think we all understand that just be more traditional, more old school, the way dating and relationships and couples used to be. The guy's out there doing his work things, he's getting all the stuff for the house, they're building their house together, she's holding the home together as the mother of the house, the lady that cleans, the lady that cooks. I'm not limiting the woman of the house to those duties in and of itself. Everyone can do everything, but I think everyone understands the gist of what I'm trying to say, and I have to explain it this long because somebody somewhere will always just have something to say. It's misogynistic, it's this, it's that. It's not. I'm actually trying to come round circle with this, or full circle with this, and bring it to the table so that we can kind of all understand these differences and nuances as to why some women don't believe that they need to do that anymore, and why men feel that they should not have to provide anymore the way they've been doing for centuries. But if you can understand this, I think, me speaking personally, I would love my wife to just do that. In general, continuously not have to do any more work. But it's impossible in this day and age even. I think even if people want that, it's just impossible to want that because society doesn't make it as attainable as it could be. So we're all out here stressing our asses off trying to make buck and trying to make each other happy while trying to make buck, which is difficult, right? It's two separate things. Your money and your personal relationships are two separate things. And I think too many people try and combine a lot of the things. And that's why I think that's why there's a lot of disparaged, unsatisfied relationships, because they associate their money and their wealth and success to the relationship's success in and of itself. And I think they get confused with that and disappointed when there's misalignment. And look, financial issues is one of the biggest reasons for divorce. That's a fact. Does that make it correct? No, it's wrong. I think people should not be getting divorced over the fact that they're not eating a Wagyu steak when they want to, and they have to eat the bloody pork chop every now and then. It's disgusting. I do like some of the logic associated, especially from the Islamic community, which is, well, if you're having a bad day with me today, go to bed, we'll start tomorrow and we'll see if we can fix it. It's like divorce cannot be a thing. It needs to be completely frowned upon. It's a great business, in fact. It requires people to actually have lack of love in order for divorce lawyers to make money. Same with war. They need people to die and to fight and bullets to be shot. So I guess a good point to end this video on, this particular video at least, if you're in your 30s, it's okay. You don't have to have Mrs. Right ready. If you are under, if you're still in your 20s and you figure, well, damn, I'm in my late 20s, I'm going to be going into my 30s soon, it's okay. Focus on you. Focus on what you got to do. Stop chasing women. Never, ever, ever chase women in your life. If you're a man watching this, never do it. Just focus on what you got to do. She will come through if she comes through. And if you're a woman watching this, same thing. I'm not going to repeat it. Same thing. You heard me. All right. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Again, if you enjoyed it, if any of this has resonated with you, please leave your comments down below. If you are in your 30s, as a man or woman, and are unable to find that person in your life, you've just been struggling, you couldn't find her, you couldn't find him, leave that comment down below. Explain why, so that we can understand, so that a lot more people, us millennials in this day and age, or older or younger, can make sure that we kind of start closing those gaps and finding the love that we need and finding that right person, Mr. or Mrs. Right. That's the best way that we can move forward. That's the only thing that I think is the best way to end this video on. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Shop.